satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetyworks.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
This program is furnished by AMP2TV.Square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Yeah, welcome to the Sixth Borough Radio Show, brought to you by Power Up Radio. Joe and Denise here to talk all about Florida's do's and don'ts that take place every day in the streets of New York. So get ready to ride the A train. Next stop, Boca Raton. So what do you say we get the show started?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Sixth Borough Power Up Hour. This is Denise.
Oh, that'll help. Bloopers. Welcome to the Sixth Borough. We are live with a microphone in front of me.
Well, people, this is how it goes in the Sixth Borough. You just never know what's going to happen. I got scolded already. But be as it may, it is Friday night, and you are listening to the Sixth Borough Live.
Friday night.
That's right. Do your thing. Do your thing, Joe.
What?
You are
live.
He practices that almost every other day in my ear.
Oh, it's live. We're live tonight. Short week again. We got a lot going on this week, don't we?
We had a lot going on this week, and we have some really busy weather news.
Yeah.
You know, we are in the cone of concern. So
The what?
in the Sixth Borough.
What is the cone of concern?
Well, that is what we say when there is a hurricane brewing and there's this cone-like shape that our meteorologists will put together that gives us an idea in which direction, it's like Russian roulette, which direction the hurricane's going to go.
So you mean a couple of lawn chairs are going to be blown over?
Oh, well, you know how that goes. We
Yeah.
don't want to minimize the concern. We want people to be prepared in the Sixth Borough.
She looks like a weather girl, right?
I could be.
Freddie?
Hurricane means what? No toilet paper. No bread.
So you
No
think
gas.
so you think the stores are going to be crazy this weekend? Tomorrow?
They start tomorrow. Already, they called me. They told me, Freddie, no toilet paper. Costco out.
Well, for those of you that are listening, that is Freddie, our producer, who is really the doom and gloom of our show.
We're going to break up those paper straws.
You
No.
No. Well, listen, this is, I don't think that we are in toilet paper concern
Mode.
but we have to be prepared. So just keep your eye glued to the TV. We are in the cone of concern. The sixth borough, as you'll know, is South Florida. And we always want our listeners and viewers and all of the residents and communities to be safe.
What's this hurricane called? The one we're
I don't think
worried
they
about?
gave it one yet.
No?
It's TD9,
What,
Tropical Depression 9.
what's
That's
the
what it
one
stands
that's
for
hit
right
in
now.
Puerto Rico right now, Freddie?
It was Fiona, and it's up in the Bahamas. Or
Fiona. Puerto Rico got it pretty good, huh?
I'm gonna tell you, devastating.
Man,
Really?
they just finished rebuilding those poor bastards.
It's funny because they actually, the island's getting electricity back, which is better than when Maria hit.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were
Goodness gracious, they got pounded, and it was on the west side.
On the west side.
Pounded. And there's earthquakes again.
wow.
Listen, it's a teeny island, and they're tough. Those are tough people.
Yeah.
I can speak that because I got lineage that goes back there. I do got lineage. That's right. I got roots. I had lineage. I got roots. I got roots. Yeah. Do you know what lineage means?
The what?
Did you know we were getting
I got some text messages today from people saying, "You guys okay? You guys okay?" I said, "I guess so." I didn't hear anything about it. I watch Sports Center in the morning. I don't watch the news.
I love the way he did that segue.
Yeah,
Talking about sports, his favorite thing.
that's right.
because he wants to talk about judge, but do you know there are 3 other hurricanes behind this one that we have to look at?
This is every year at this time.
But this could kill you.
Oh, geez.
Listen, the weather people in the news, they're gonna just talk about it for 24 hours a day now. We're gonna get something, but we're not gonna get anything bad. What? Well, the last time we got hit in 2017, I think was the bad one. I was out of power 2 weeks without power.
I was out of power 2 days.
I'm going. We're going to his house. He's got a generator.
I didn't lose power, so no one's invited.
I'll bring the toilet. I'll bring the toilet paper. We'll come and stay here.
Full house generator. I had all the kids, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be all right. We're gonna.
I assume we will be, but take the air of precaution. We are wanting to ensure that we are public radio and we are concerned for our residents. So go get your toilet paper, get your water, canned goods, and your paper plates,
Your
charcoal for your barbecue,
your Jack
put ice in the
Daniels.
tub, and all the other stuff that
Jack
comes along with it.
Daniels,
And yes, so make sure you are stocked up on your beverages,
cigars,
your recreational
all the stuff we
beverages.
need, right, Freddie?
all the stuff that makes the hurricane.
You're not
have a
going to
hurricane
smoke
party.
cigars during a hurricane, are you? You pollute the air.
Never thought of that.
You
Well-
do realize that when you
okay.
smoke that cigar, you're polluting the air. All of us will get sick.
Well, you can go outside and the wind will take it. Then.
Look,
How's
look,
that?
at his, look at his face. He's like, what the hell
The
is he
wind will
talking?
take it, so if you're smoking your cigars.
Since when did you become environmentally friendly?
Not me. Everybody, my son told me, hey, Dad, you're getting hit with a hurricane. He made fun of me for a week. And the dad think that the loop then it hit him.
Oh,
in
see, that's why you
Tampa.
got to be quiet.
Karma. But anyway, as you all know, we welcome your feedback onto the sixth borough. This borough is everyone's borough, your community. We want to hear from you. Call us 888-565-1470. And we want to hear your thoughts, opinions, and what you think preparation means to you.
If you heard anything
and not
about the
preparation
hurricane,
age, we're talking about preparation for a hurricane.
Isn't Orlando getting it too? I heard they're getting ready for it.
We're all in the consone. I just combined. I
cone of
combined two
concern.
words. We're in the cone of concern. That's right. We're in the cone of concern. But with that said, I want everyone to know that you want to do your update on sports.
Well, everybody knows this weekend Aaron Judge is going to make history and be the American League home run champion.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not. I hope tonight he could tie Maris, right? Yeah. That's okay because I'm going to be here. I'm going to miss it, but tomorrow I want to see him break it. Watch him hit 2 while I'm working, then I'm going to leave. What?
You have this kid hits his home run, right? 61. And then he hits 62. And then he hits 63, which is the breaker.
62 is the breaker.
Oh, yeah, 62 is the breaker.
Yeah.
Do you imagine, let's say you go to the game with her.
That's
and you're
me,
sitting
Denise.
with Denise. And you're sitting in the right field bleachers and he hits it there. Number one, do you protect Denise against all of these vultures that are
Hell
going to jump
no.
for that ball? What?
I go for the ball.
Are you're kidding me,
Yeah.
right? I did a poll this morning, and 98% of the people say the ball. And you would let poor Denise get trounced by 100
I would let her
monsters?
get up and go like this, so everybody looks at her, and I'd get the ball.
They're not gonna look at her. They're gonna jump for this ball's worth $500,000.
They're saying at least, but I would tell them, listen, give me $250,000, season tickets, and you could have your ball. And I
Wow,
want some-
you would ask for money?
Of course I would.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is our report on the sports portion of our show, which Denise Casal has
That's it?
really very little input in other than I'm going to be mauled by people so he can get the ball. There you go. That is the bottom line that we have right now. Well, if anyone would like to protect me in this process, call 888-565-1470
Shiny object
if you don't
syndrome.
mind. I would like to see who would protect a female in this process. But anyway, exciting news. I know that you are a Yankee fan. Secretly-
Baseball fan. This is baseball history.
Okay, baseball fan.
You know?
He doesn't know this, everyone. It's a secret.
You
I'm
know,
a Mets fan.
I'd like to see him break the all-time record, but that's in question too because of with the steroids and stuff. But
Well, if anyone has feedback on this entire
Barry
sports
Bonds
segment,
I was
let
a
us
Barry
know.
Bonds fan. He's a lefty batter, which I bat lefty, and he was born in July. He's a Leo, so I like Barry Bonds.
But aren't you a righty?
I throw righty, but I bat lefty.
You're confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a confused thing. You're ambidextrous and a lot of confusion.
I be who?
Ambidextrous. that's your
You're
cousin. Ambidextrous.
You're a Met fan.
I
What?
am a Met fan.
Okay, so now all of a
You're a
sudden,
what fan?
you're my best friend.
I actually went to the 1969. Hold on.
Time out. Met
I went
fans
to the
I
World
work with.
Series. And yep. I
You went to the World Series?
Yep. When I was
69?
69.
What, you were 2?
I was young.
You were 2.
I was my dad.
You
took
and me are almost the same age.
Okay, nobody needs to know that. This is
But
public
I'm
radio.
saying, you would be
I'm
too.
I'm denying
Who they play in
everything.
'69?
Oh boy.
Who they play?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Who did they play?
I have no idea.
The Baltimore Orioles.
That's right.
There you go.
Who they play in 72?
You got me.
Oakland A's.
The
I'm just a
Oakland
real
A's.
good cheerleader.
Reggie
That's all I
Jackson.
can say.
And who they play in 86?
Whatever you tell me.
Wait a
Boston
minute.
Red Sox.
Most important, who'd they play in 2000?
The Yankees.
Thank you.
And who
won?
cheated?
And who won?
The
And who
Marlins.
cheated?
The Marlins.
The Yankees cheated. The Yankees cheated, and your baseball player, that maniac threw the bat
That
at
was
Piazza, that wasn't awesome.
That was
that
great
guy
TV.
should have been thrown out of the league for doing that.
Well, with that, folks, this is what we're going to do.
Why
We're
is it
going to
this-
move on to who is the sponsor of this evening's show.
trying to see if our
You want
buddy's
to
trying
take
to
that
call in.
with us, Joe? Who
What?
our sponsors are for this
Sponsors
segment?
for the show is RD Promo and Sourcing, your premier promotional item company. They sell anything with your name on it, anything embroidered, and you want something with your name on it? Pen,
You call it, they
name
got
on
it.
shirt, hats, they do it all.
And you like to see they actually sponsored our drop over here in
Yeah.
the background,
Yeah,
our
they
Step and
are.
Repeat, and they created that and gave that to us. So they are capable of doing everything. I've actually visited their premises, and many times where I can see that there are items laid out, everyone for almost every business you can
Yeah.
imagine. And they just don't keep them in the borders. I was just advised by Dave Morrison that they actually do indeed go and deliver across the borders.
And everything is made in the U.S. of A.
Made in
That's
the
what I was going to
USA.
ask you. Who was made here?
That's important. We really appreciate that here at the Sixth Borough. Made in the USA, just like us. We like that. So we like having them as a sponsor. We hope they continue to be with us like that. And go ahead, everyone, listen, where is it that they can go, Joe, to find if they need to have more information in order?
rdpromo.com.
There you go. And if you forget that, you can always go to our website,
Yes,
www.
they're all over
Radio
that stuff.
TV.
Well, they should go to your website anyway and register.
can-
Why is no one registering? I still haven't gotten anything.
You did. You are registered. If you go to the website, www.powerupradio.tv.com, when you open it up, you should register so you can get our newsletter and also participate in different events
What
that we're having.
newsletter?
It's going to be a newsletter that's going to be coming out.
I'm going to donate money. I bet you after I make the donation, she'll say, listen, I see him.
Oh, goodness. Yeah,
I'm going to
that-
donate this weekend.
That's
I'm
Freddie
gonna
saying
donate.
that.
Donations?
It has a donate button.
It does have a donate button to support us to keep the lights
Yeah.
on
The Joe
and keep
Rubo
the show.
Fund?
Yes, the Joe Rubo Fund. It is the Power Up Radio TV Fund that helps us keep the show moving along.
Excellent.
And all your support is truly, truly appreciated. So, yes, you go to the website. You can donate if you want. If you want to become a sponsor on our show, we commit to making sure that you are announced as many times as we hear us saying it right now. So, with that, everyone, donate. That's the big word for tonight.
Donate.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So tell us this evening about who our guest
Well,
is.
I'm waiting for him to call, so we'll
okay.
see. Once he's on hold, we'll start talking
Very
about him.
excited.
In case he doesn't show up.
I'm very excited that you
let's
have
talk.
this guy coming.
You are, huh? You remember? You're an old guy. You
I
remember that
watched
show?
it. I watched it. You didn't watch?
I used to watch Good Times. Yeah.
So I'm an old guy. Makes you a
So
young
he
guy.
let the cat out of the bag, everyone.
We're trying to get JJ on too.
Well,
Wow.
listen, you know what's happening?
That would
For
be
those that
great.
are listening, the 6 Borough Hour, Joe, more specifically, and I have been working hard to create the coming back of a lot of celebrities that were in movies and films or sitcoms that you all grew up with, where we
Right.
sat on the couch and we actually told our younger sibling to go and change the channel or stand there and hold an ear up so that we can get clear reception. And the shows that we watch. We've had, so far on the show, we've had cast members from Chips. We're going to have tonight someone from Good Times. Mama's
Family.
Family
Ties.
Family Ties. I'm hoping all of you are hearing this. If you have not caught any of this, this is what's unfolding, and we have a lot more.
Yeah.
I actually have lined up for those that have watched
Well,
Karate
once-
Kid. I
Yes.
have Cobra Kai coming as well. I have
Really?
Yes, I do. I
Which
have
one?
yet-
The guy that played the
Well, if I say should I say it now or should I wait?
I want to know.
Well, you want to
Cobra
know?
Kai.
Oh, if anyone calls in, I will let everyone know who that person's
Somebody
going to
call
be.
in, damn it.
Okay, you heard it from Freddie himself, the producer. It's 888-565-1470 to hear who that person is from Cobra
Who
Kai.
dat?
Who that be?
Well,
Coming
can you
on.
believe Halloween's coming up too now?
Yes, Halloween.
This month. This month flew, man.
I had a gift for you guys today. I was
You
going to
did?
bring something as a prop.
It's a prop.
But I mean, this
Yeah.
month is gone.
Well, this month is not gone yet, but we
Yeah,
have a lot to go.
technically
But
it's
we
gone.
have some great events here in South Florida. I should say, the 6 Borough. We're entering what we call the season of events.
The season of
yes.
events.
We are cyclical here in South Florida with the season of
The
events.
cone of concern and the season of events.
Oh
It's
wow,
cyc-
we
it's
gotta go.
cyclical.
It's
Whatever the hell that means.
the season of events, meaning everyone that has something that they want to go ahead and support. It's a nonprofit commitment. One of the biggest festivals that are coming up in events is called the Winterfest here in South Florida, which is the
Yes.
parade of decorated boats along our waterways.
We'll
That's
be
something.
there.
Yep, and that's been going on for the last 52 years. I think that's the day. And we'll be having them on for interviews and talking about what's going on in their world. And we'll hopefully maybe even start to have a air live situation. We'll see what Freddie comes up with, and we can do a live stream from there. We're working on that. But going back to an event, we do have an event that's coming
Yes,
up.
a
That
biggie.
we have a big one coming up.
So let me ask you: we're coming here all dressed up next week?
Well, it's not Halloween next week.
No, I mean dressed up to go to this event.
Yeah, I think
Do
we
we
are.
have to suit up?
We're going to have to suit up. It's a gala, and it is Blue Unity Night, and we'll be talking more about them. We had mentioned about it last week. They were on the show for the Power Up Hour, which is the second part of this show, and they're coming back again to talk about the event, what they're doing, and the big event on September 30th. It is on our website. You can look up the event itself. It's calendared out there, and tickets, I believe they're $150 per ticket.
Ming.
This is nothing. That amount is for an amazing evening.
It's for a great cause, and
Yes.
it includes food,
Entertainment.
liquor, entertainment too.
Well, talk about the entertainment. We're going to have Charlie.
Charlie, right? That's right. Charlie Rodriguez is going to be
Charlie
there.
Rodriguez
He's going to
from-
have the freestyle guys there.
The freestyle guys.
Who's he
bringing-
going to have performing there? I remember he
don't,
told us.
I don't know if it was Friends Jolie and then also a few other lineup. but
couple
you
of them, yeah.
We'll hear afterwards. But the bottom line is, if you want to support the Blue, this is what they're all about. They actually are now going to be occupying here in South Florida, and they are going to provide services to our first responders, specifically for our officers, in case they are in need of suicide prevention therapy, helping them deal with some PTSD, a lot of different things, but they are expanding it to all first responders.
Charlie was on last week, right?
That is correct.
God, that seems like so
he's on
long
slow
ago.
recall, everybody. Yes, he was on last week. And that freestyle discussion, that was a great discussion
Oh,
that we
yeah.
had.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that he brought from, what was it, New York to Hialeah, the freestyle movement in 1972. That's a long time ago.
Sure was.
Yep. At the time when there was only beepers, if that, telephone waves,
And then
radio was the biggest
72,
source
there
of
was no
communication.
beepers.
No, there wasn't.
Brick radios. The brick.
The brick radios, that's right. Oh wait, what was the other?
That was in the 80s.
The stereos. What do we call that? The
Boom
The
boxes.
boom boxes.
80s.
There you go. Here we are. We're going back in time, everyone. This is what the Six Barrels about. We are taking you back in time. So there was the boom box. So
Trying to find out what's going on. here.
we actually want to. We're having some technical difficulties right now with our dial-in, so we're just going to continue reminiscing and talking about these events, the shows that we've had on. It's important everybody knows that you should tune in. We are on a station. It's called True Oldie Station, and we are actually carrying the theme right into the 6 o'clock hour.
Are we
on
giving away
Friday.
tickets to the show?
We are giving away tickets. And during the 7 o'clock hour, while we have our two representatives from United Blue, Moment of Silence, they're going to be here. They're going to be giving us some ins and outs and understanding some of the goings-ons in the world of the police officers today. And they're going to be giving away 2 sets of tickets. And those tickets are VIP.
So that's 4 tickets.
No, that's 2 tickets, my dear.
You said 2 sets.
I
Where's
meant-
2 sets?
I meant, look at him he's doing math, everyone. I meant to say a set of tickets.
There you go.
A set
2
of
sets
tickets.
is 4 where I come from.
So it's actually a very promising evening. It's the first one in South Florida.
Could also
They
be
normally-
sets of 4.
Yes. This event is typically held in New York, and they decided to do it for the
This
first
is
time.
the first time in South Florida.
The first time in
Yeah.
South Florida at the Signature Grand. That is right.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Yep. There are plenty of you that want to go ahead and continue sponsoring, or you want to buy a table. It's still available. So make sure that you get on
How
board.
much is a table for this gala?
I believe, don't quote me. I'll let them tell us that later
I think
on.
they said a
But-
nickel.
But it is available online if you want to go to the website, www.powerupradiotv.com, and you can get more information on exactly what's going on.
How long ago was it we went to that event with Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire? That was a great event.
That was 2-3 weeks ago,
Yeah, that was really
September,
good. So-
early September, and that was
September.
that was to support and that
Earth,
was
Wind, and Fire. September.
Yeah, he's on his own TV show tonight, everyone. That was to support the Boca Police Foundation.
Right. Did
Another
a lot of
great
traveling
event.
this week. That's I'm so tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I actually want to go over a few things with you.
Sure.
The shows that we've had, and with the Sixth Borough, we have a lot of things that are coming up. We want everyone to be aware of that. We are going to be doing some celebrations. We have some discounts that are coming up.
Excuse me. I'm
And
sorry.
yes.
He said he's on.
We got our person. We got whoever. We got Good Times. That's
Ralph
the name.
Carter.
Ralph Carter from Good Times. And let's bring him on board really quick. Once we hear him peek on through, we'll see him show up. And if you want to see us live, everyone, you
Just
can
bring him
go
on
to
when
the-
you get him, Freddie.
We can see him live on the website. You can see us as well. Audio is just as good, but if you want to add the visual, we are ready for both.
Yes, I see him.
All right, here he goes, everyone. Ralph Carter from Good Times.
Hold on.
Michael Evans of Good Times.
I gotta bring him over.
That was the character. He
Oh,
was
this
the
could be
youngest
an-
character.
This
is
could
that
be
right?
another half hour. With Freddie.
Just relax, will ya?
So it's good to see you, Denise.
Aw, it is good to see you too. We are very busy during the week, and when we
Yes.
do get to sit down and see each
We
other.
keep
do
missing
enjoy
each
our
other's
times.
phone calls.
Okay, we can go into details about that, about the phone calls. But
Got a better
But-
chance of yelling out the window, "Yo, Denise!
Yo,
answer the
Adrian."
phone."
the good old days, yo, Adrian.
Denise is very busy.
Very busy.
I am busy. I'm trying to keep things together. Typical woman doing multitasking of things. You got to be your head's on a swivel, and you try to protect your space, which these days it's kind of tough to do. I had a rough past weekend myself personally, and you know what, everyone, it is really tough. This time of year that's coming up is very intense because a lot of people get very, very what's the word, stressed out because of the holidays. This is the season. This is where we're starting. Right after Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, and then you got what? Christmas. Then you got New Year's. And the cycle starts all over again.
Here we go.
And there he is,
There he is.
everyone. All right. Welcome, welcome,
Hey.
welcome.
Hey, Ralph, how are you?
I'm
Good
gonna do
to
like
see-
you just did, Joe. Hello, Denise. Hello, Joe. I
Turn
wonder
that up
how
a
long
little.
this is gonna last. Gonna be another half hour?
Good.
Good
Great
to
to
see you
great
both.
to see you, sir.
Thank you. Likewise.
There. A big fan of the show. Used to watch it all the time. Still watch the reruns.
I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
to all your listeners and to those who are watching, thank you so much for watching us on Good Times. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That is so sweet. Thank you for saying that. That really to me personally, it means a lot. And to hear the actual character on the show say that, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Well,
Thank you for
actually,
taking the
you know,
time.
Denise, you gotta treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yes, indeed.
you know. And I've been very blessed to meet so many nice people in my life.
We want to hear all about that. I really want to hear
Well,
all about that.
it's very difficult to deflect wonderful positive energy. And what happens in my life, I meet a lot of positive people. And to all of those people who have watched our show throughout the decade, we thank you so much. Thank
That's
you.
great.
Iconic show. Iconic.
Yeah, yeah. And an
Iconic.
iconic cast. I had so
Yes.
much fun working with my wonderful cast members.
Well, we want to, first of
It
all,
was a phenomenal time.
Yes.
can you tell us where you're from originally? Let's let the viewers and listeners know a little bit about
Sure.
you.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I was
Yes.
born in what we call Kings County.
All
I'm
right.
from a place called Brownsville in Brooklyn. And I grew up there and basically lived all throughout Brooklyn throughout my entire life. I still live in New York. I only worked in California when I was paid. And I was in the company of wonderful men and women on the cast of Good Times.
Right.
From John Ames to Miss Esther Roll, of course, Jenny Dubois, Johnny Brown, Ben Powers, the phenomenal Janet Jackson, my beloved Bernadette Stanis,
What a
my
cast.
hero, Steve Walker.
What a cast.
Unbelievable.
What a cast.
Unbelievable. I never in my lifetime would have thought from the times of when I used to sit on my couch to watch the show that here I am today with Joe, getting the blessing and the pleasure to meet all these people we watched when we were growing up. I'm just, every time I get to see someone like yourself, I am so thankful. And thank you for giving me a lot of laughs. A lot of
I'm
laughs.
very grateful that we brought laughter to you because laughter actually changes the endorphins in your body.
Yes, it
And it
does.
brings happy cells. It makes the cells happy.
Yes.
So when they say laughter is good for the soul, that is the truth. We worked with some phenomenal writers on our show, and they gave us great material to work with.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
At what point, take us back, so you're from Brooklyn, you live in Brooklyn, and you were in California while you were filming. How did you get yourself to, go and interview or audition for the role?
I was actually the third actor hired for Good Times.
Okay.
Before I did Good Times, I had been a veteran of 6 major Broadway productions in New York City. And I began with a play called The Me Nobody Knows. I then went into a play called Tough to Get Help. Then went into a play called Dude, which is written by Jerome Ragney and Gordon McDermott. They are the men who are responsible for the historical motion picture and play called Air.
Oh,
So those are the
okay.
guys that I worked with then. And then I went with a play called Via Galactica, another wonderful play called the Karl Marx play. And the pinnacle of my Broadway youth career was in Lorraine Hansberry's adaptation from A Raisin in the Sun. We did the
Got it.
musical called Raisin.
Raisin, yeah.
Which was a
Raisin.
phenomenal hit on Broadway.
And you
As
were
a matter of fact,
you
we
were
watched the
nominated
play
for a Tony
the
for that.
time. Yes, I was nominated for the Tony Award. I received the Theater World Award, also the Drama Desk Award.
Hey,
By
yeah.
the time I got on Good Times, I was very fortunate enough in my group category to achieve all the major American awards you can get in theater.
How old were you when you got
Seasoned actor by that
on?
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
How old were you? How old were you when you
At
started?
that time, when I started my showbiz career at 8.5 years old.
Wow.
And into my 12th year, I began to meet men like Norman Lear, who flew from California to see me in Raisin while we were doing previews in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
at the arena stage. And Norman took the time to fly myself, my mother, and at the time, my manager, Ms. Rubin, to California to meet a wonderful, wonderful casting woman named Miss Jane Murray. Jane is responsible for hiring many of the actors that we saw in the Bud York and Norman Lear tandem production. And it is through the genius of Norman Lear that, what a phenomenal man. He was a great arbitrator.
Norman
Now,
Lear's,
with
yeah.
this man who has multiple shows running at the same time.
Right. Right.
Iconic.
Iconic.
His parallel now is Chuck Lorre. So you know how those guys are dynamic in
Yeah.
what they're doing right now.
Yep.
Along with a phenomenal Tyler Perry, men of that caliber.
Right. Right.
I'm in awe of them still.
Wow. You've been so blessed with such a great career. And I'm very curious. So when you finally met, when you auditioned, had you already met the cast members, or at
I
what point
had,
did you meet all together?
Denise, I'm very glad you asked that question because in my second Broadway play, I worked with John Amos in a play called Tough to Get Help. It was directed by Carl Reiner. And as a matter of fact, Lillian Heyman, Chip Fields, who is the daughter of Kim Fields, who is the mother of her daughter Kim Fields. I knew Kim when she was 2 years old. So that my legacy with John Amos began when I worked with him in Tough to Get Help. From that time, I also knew Miss Esther Rowe in my Broadway years because she's one of the founders of the Negro Ensemble Company. And throughout my years on Good Time, and before I was on the show, I had already known Esther Rowe and John Amos prior. I'm actually the third actor who was hired for Good Time. Norman Lear bought my contract from Raven by way of Robert Nimrod, who was Lorraine Hansford's husband. So I
Wow.
literally had the job before I had the job.
Well, when did you first, and at what point did you meet everybody on set?
Oh my God, that was a glorious day.
I
First
could
of all,
imagine.
my personal family is the center of my life. My biological family has always been a wonderful lifeline for me and a means of love and honor and respect. However, walking on the set when we first started Good Times in February of 1974,
Wow.
I felt at home. I felt very comfortable with
And
the
you were
people
how
that I
old?
was.
How old were you?
At
12?
that time, Denise, I was 12 years old at that time.
All of 12. All of
Yes.
12 with all that experience already behind you. That's amazing. Well, I do have a question.
It was part of my destiny.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
it was.
Now, well, as a child actor,
Yes.
schooling, I always ask this question: how was that incorporated onto the set, or how was that managed?
Well, actually, artists like myself, I grew up with Lawrence Fishburne. We've known each other since 9 years old, along with Haywood Nelson, who was on the television series What's Happening. But Lawrence and I literally
Haywood
grew
Nelson,
up together. Haywood and I grew up together. Our mothers got along, and that's very important. So our mothers got along, and therefore we got along and grew up into brotherhood throughout our lives. But working on the set of Good Times was also a training ground for me because I worked with some of the most brilliant actors who
Yeah.
then became household names within themselves.
I'm enamored by that cast that you have, and working with John Amos. I mean, that's just amazing. But we do have a question for you from the galley.
I got a question, Ralph.
Sure.
The show Good Times changed the history of television. You were in an era where there were black actors that were complaining about, but the way you did it, about how it wasn't fair on the air. I mean, I watched Chico
Yes.
and the Man, I watched Good Times, and I could see, and I was young, but I could see how you guys actually changed the history
Broke through, yeah.
of television.
I think I would like to make 2 points on that wonderful response. And my point is that had there not been an Amos and Andy, you would have never had a Good Times. They were our predecessors. And the men and women who were in Amos and Andy had illustrious careers in vaudeville and what we call the Chitlin circuit. So that those are the people who came before us. However, my point is that had it been not for Eric Monty, who created Good Times, along with Michael Evans, they collaborated because they were both young writers working with the brilliant movie. And they made the decision to give us a complete African American family unit, which was very rare in American television at that time. So
Very rare.
fortunately, we were able to come into the homes of multiple ethnic groups. We meet people and respond to love from all walks of life. And I respond to love.
What I really liked about the show, what it also showed what an average family for the most part goes through with struggles. That it's not easy. You have, 2 parents working, and it was a dynamic that was very real in my mind. It actually for those that weren't aware that there are those kind of struggles out there, it was shown on the show. I mean, it was real. It was very, very real. And I think
You know, Joe and Denise, what happened was, I think because of what you just said is very important, because I think it was the authenticity
yes,
that we achieved that made the show as profound as it was at that time. We were authentically going through what many Americans were going through in the 1970s. We
That's
had
right.
the recession back then.
Yeah.
We had the oil breakdown. You know, we had multiple presidents, and I'm old enough to say I've been through quite a few.
Same here, yeah.
you're in good
I
company.
was talking President Ford, President Nixon,
Yeah.
the whole gauntlet of
They were
those
they were
wonderful-
going in and out for a while there.
They was up in there, Joe. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Joe.
You know what? This show, The Sixth Borough, is something that we try to bring us back in time, and we want
Yeah.
our audience and listeners. We want to invite them back there with you and us. But it is true. Back then, we had a telephone. This is what we represent. This was our telephone. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have beepers. None of that.
Right.
And what was the color of your phone in the living room of the set where you were? Do you remember? Ooh, I remember.
I believe it was black.
It was black. That is
Yeah.
right. It was black.
Yeah.
She does her homework.
Yes, and but the dynamic of having to really cope with family, it was more needing to connect with each other because you didn't have such an interruption of the digital world that we're in today. And
Well,
it
I think, Denise, if I may say, the advantage that Janet Jackson and I did have was that we were able to monitor the genius of the actors and actresses who came on our show. We had a lot of guest artists who were phenomenal in their own right. And what we did do as children was to study their techniques and see how they developed characters that they were on our show weekly. Because Janet Jackson was cute when we got her on Good Time, but when we were finished with her, she was an actress.
yeah,
And
right.
she's now a phenomenal artist.
But
She
the,
is.
the,
And
the
by
time
the way, the Jackson Five and the
That's
Jackson
right.
family, I met them through Carol Burnett. Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett, yeah.
Love her.
Wow.
we had Alan Kaiser from Mama's Family, who Vicki Lawrence is Carol
right.
Burnett's sister.
Yes.
On
Yeah.
The-
And to be on the set with them along
Yeah.
with Sonny and Cher, it was
Oh, wow.
delightful. They were so nice, man. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the cast of Maud, All in the Family, the Jeffersons.
that was the network. That was the network back then.
Yeah, we
CBS.
were. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Chuck Lorre is the modern Norman Lear of
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Right. He's still
doing
making
it, yeah.
Brilliant, man.
Well, with the show, it's like you grew up. Like I grew up watching it, so I watched every season, and I felt like I was part of the family watching it,
Yes.
growing up in it. That's what was great
But
about
you
those
were,
shows.
Joe. You
Yeah.
were.
Yes, sir. That's what's great about those shows back then. You could actually be part of them. You
Joe,
felt like
did you
you're part.
live in the project?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
That's what I can relate, because when
Yes.
they talked about living in the projects,
That's right. The projects was where the actual life, or I should say, the center of the set was. In the
Well, in
project
the
side.
city of Chicago, you are absolutely correct, Denise, because Eric Monti was associated with the project structure we dealt with. Was called the Cabrini Green Project.
Right.
And every year in Chicago, they have a parade called the Bud Milliken Day Parade. However, through the genius of Esther Rose, she decided that we, as a community of actors, should go to that community and say hello to those people. So we literally would go to visit that complex where those wonderful, wonderful people live. They welcomed us. They fed us some soul food, and we had a ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good time.
Yeah.
Had good times.
It's good times. And
I like your pun, Joe.
I will have to say one of the more memorable shows for me was when Flora was no longer part of the cast.
Yes.
And
It was a heartbreaker. Yes.
it was a heartbreaker. That I mean, I remember that, and we're now at this
Oh
point.
yeah. Just my heart just hurt thinking about that. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really tough show. And for those that are listening and not being able to see this right now, we're actually seeing Flora, and of course, we have
Ralph and that's
Ralph in
that's
the
young
picture
Michael.
with a beautiful. That must have been a very genuine moment because it looks so. So genuine in here. Her
I
hugging
think,
you.
again, because Esther Rowe was such an authentic and tender actress in her own right. So the harmony that you see there is genuine. I
Yes.
loved her, she loved me.
Oh,
That's
it
simply all
shows.
there is to it.
That's a very that's an adoring
I
picture.
became her son on a weekly basis.
That's true.
Well, they say it's very
Yeah.
common when a show
Yeah.
like that and a cast, you do become like almost near real family. You spend a lot of
Yeah,
time
you
together.
spend a lot of time working on sets.
Yeah.
I think, Denise, Joe, the greatest gift is that the cast members that I still work with, Mr. Jimmy Walker, who I still think is phenomenal. I never saw Jimmy Walker without reading material.
He's always reading.
He's an actor who always knew his lines.
Right.
Well, he had quite a
You hear
few
me?
very similar lines on the show, and it was repeated a number of times.
Famous. Remember the
Famous
shirts?
dynamite.
Dynamite, it became a classic.
That
But
did.
also, Bernadette is a woman of great artistic value, into the degree that she not only has exterior beauty, but she has internal beauty as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which really, the fact that and I'll tell you, listening audience and the viewing audience, we never stop being friends, just like we never stopped loving one another.
That is great. That was a question of mine. Are you still in touch with everyone? For the most part, is that true? I mean, are you in touch with everyone still to this day? Well, those
I'm
of us that are here
presently
available.
talking to you. I'm in Greenville, Tennessee, and Bernadette Stannis, myself, and Jimmy Walker, we are at a wonderful convention that is hosting us. We sit and we sign and we greet wonderful people. I met an enormous amount of people today.
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
like and it's
And
like you guys. It's like you never left each other. That's how it feels when you.
No,
get
Do we
and
back.
have a
it's-
picture of the older picture of them?
Believe me, Joe, it's been consistent for decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
God.
I'm talking decades, man.
So let's fast forward a little bit about you and
Sure.
so here you are. The season did you left the show, or did everyone leave the show at the same time in the last season, or did you depart before that?
No, our last taping for Good Time was on March the 8th, which was a
79.
Friday, 1979.
Right.
I had to go back to school. Janet and I had to go back to school the next day. Remember, we're still minors at this time.
Right.
So we had an allegiance to the Jackie Coogan laws, which protected children in show business. Not just
Okay.
myself, any young child actor, we
Right.
were not being exploited anymore as young actors who preceded us were.
So the show was on air for how long?
72 to 70,
We
74 to
worked from
79.
74 to 79.
5 years.
It's got a good run. And
No,
how many?
actually, in television time, it was 6 seasons, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, in 6 seasons. Okay.
And-
We did seasonal.
And it's still on everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, they keep a brother paid. I love residuals.
Yeah. I hear that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about
My rent is
I want-
due. It must be paid also.
that's love those checks. I want to talk to you about the music career.
Sure.
Your-
I don't throw my talents away. I thank the Creator up above for all the talents I have been given. My new albums will be forthcoming.
Really?
I'm also a writer and an author of over 20 children's books.
So I saw that the song came out in 1975. You recorded an album,
Oh, that's Young and in Love.
right? And the big hit was Extra
That's the
Extra.
Young and in Love.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
big
we
hit,
had 2 monster hits. We had Young and in Love and Extra Extra.
both top 20 hits, right?
Yeah, we were in the disco era. Yes.
I remember the
Yes.
songs very well.
I was singing it before you came on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you. That song was written by Young and in Love was written by Van McCoy, and Extra
The Hustle.
Extra became an international hit in most Spanish-speaking countries.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is most
Yeah.
iconic. Extra, extra. I remember. What a great song! It has such a great beat to it. It's something you don't forget. You know.
I mean,
Yeah,
very
that
strong.
was produced by 2 wonderful writers, Norman Bergen and Reed Whitelaw. Produced that album for me.
Wow. Very strong career you have, and still going.
Yeah.
When's the
Actually,
when's
a
the album
very
coming
blessed
out?
Career.
When's the
I'm
album's
so
coming out?
grateful that I've worked with so many people.
Yeah.
All right, I went to a wonderful place where actors go on a biannual process. It's called the National Black Theater Festival. is held in Winston-Salem, South Carolina. However, before the millennium came in, I had a sit-down conversation with writer August Wilson. And August Wilson, in my discussion with him, I told him I wanted to write my autobiography. So therefore, he instructed me to write my autobiography in decade components. So therefore, I'm 60 years old. The first 5 volumes of my autobiography are completed.
Wow. And when are we expecting to see that release happen?
In the spring of 2023. But
Looking
I'll do
forward
one
to it.
volume at a time.
One volume at a time. Well, we'll make sure we put you on our website along and attached with this interview so they can go ahead and order it when it's time. We'll be happy to do that for you.
I put them in component parts because sometimes people don't like to read big, thick old books.
Smart.
And
True.
you know, I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence, but you can at least carry this one around with you,
Right.
in your bag or wherever you may want to hold the book.
Well, in today's day and age, people's attention span goes.
Especially mine.
Yeah, the attention spans are very short, so you did a good thing.
I also must say I taught early child development for 5 years.
Really?
And as a consequence of that, I had the honor of not only working with wonderful children. What I learned about children when I first started was to never get involved in their morning disputes. Because by the end of the day, they were friends again.
Oh,
It's true.
So you actually were in a classroom for 5 years?
Yeah, no, I worked at a child development center, not in the classroom. We
Okay.
had multiple rooms that had different activities in each room. However, what I learned from children was that they don't hold grudges like adults do.
Yeah, they forget.
Yeah, that's the way
No,
it should
sometimes
be.
an adult may not talk to another person.
Exactly,
Say,
they hold-
"Why haven't you
adults
talked
hold
to me in
grudges."
20 years.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, you bumped into me 20 years ago and you didn't say excuse
You
me.
didn't say excuse
I'd be like,
me.
are you really still back there?
Yeah. No, kids, they'll have a fight and then they'll be friends again. My kids, for
Yeah,
instance.
and I would hope that adults could learn from their example.
Can learn from the
Because
kids.
they inspired me to write over 20 children's books.
We're going to go to a quick commercial. Please stand by. I have
So
a
we cover
question
it.
for you. We'll be right back.
Fair enough.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetyworcs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
Yep. And welcome back to the Sixth Borough, everyone. We have had the pleasure of having Ralph Carter on with us from
Good Times.
Good Times. I enjoyed you so much.
Anytime you need a payment, anytime
right.
you need a friend.
Exactly.
And we also send a shout out. We send a shout out to Marilyn Bergman, who wrote that song. She passed away this year.
Oh,
so
sad to hear.
Shout out.
Yeah.
She made a mark, though, on this world with her music. Absolutely.
I think so, too. Yeah.
We
Great
have one
songwriter.
more. We do have one question for you, and then we're going to have to come to a close, but we want you back for sure when you have more time. And the question is, given where you came from and watching TV yourself and being in a show, what do you think about today's TV for kids and families like us that watch shows like yours? What do you think is your comparison and your thoughts on that?
Well, more than anything, I'm very proud of whoever's working now. I'm proud of working actors.
Yes.
Each show, I can't believe some of the madness I see, but different writers do different things. But my point is, for my listening audience, I would say, I hope you enjoy my new television series, which is entitled Grandma's Hands. It's
Grandma's
the story
Hands.
of 5 generations, Grandma's Hands. It's the story of 5 generations of African-American women. And we tell their stories. It's actually a dramedy. So we get the best of their traumas that they've been through, as well as their triumphs. And I would like to make sure that the audience understands, act as if no one's coming to your rescue. If you do that, then you won't be angry with people. You must depend on yourself. To the young people listening to me, never give up.
Never.
Never curse the day, because you don't know how it's going to end.
Right.
True.
So, it could start out stormy, but by the end of the day, the sun shines again.
The sun will
and
be
you made it
shining.
through all that. And children, believe me, don't ever give up on yourself, no matter what happens.
We have a question from one of our listeners. It says, "Hi Ralph, who was your favorite guest celebrity on Good Times?"
Oh my goodness, that's
from Anthony Dominicus.
I would actually say a man named Edmund Cambridge.
Edmund Cambridge.
He had an art studio that Jimmy Walker's character was playing. Was doing work in. However, there was a conflict between this character, Mr. Edmund Cambridge played, and John Amos. He had absconded money, so John Amos's character thought. And Edmund Cambridge was one of the finer guys who was a founder of the Negro Ensemble Company out of New York City, along with Esther Rowe and a multiple group of people who started it, including Robert Hooks and illustrious number of royalty that we call them in African American people. But
They did
Evan
have a
came
lot
in.
of celebrity guests on that show. They did.
Yeah,
I
we were
remember.
very fortunate. We had the wonderful Debbie Allen came to our
Yes.
show.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Yeah.
She
Debbie
was
Allen.
phenomenal. Absolutely. I mean, look what life in the United States has done for her. She's won some of the highest accolades that she deserves.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, we have people commenting.
Hi,
They're
Debbie.
loving
How
you.
doing?
Yep. We have all kinds of comments going up on our page. Everybody's loving you, Ralph.
you
And
are.
keep in mind, to this day, Lawrence Fishman and I are still friends.
That is amazing.
Another great actor.
You are absolutely a
I'm
gem.
exactly 2 months older than him.
Well, we are so happy to have had you on the show,
Give me some
and
sound.
we're having a little bit of audio issues here. Are you okay? Good. Oh, it's on the other
Yeah,
side.
I am.
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you
Now
are.
we
Okay.
got you, yeah.
Good. Great. It's just technology these days. But you're an absolute gem. We were just saying what a wonderful guest you have been. You brought us back in time. You gave us some great nuggets of
knowledge.
inspiration, knowledge, names that are just iconic. Wow. That's all I could say is wow, and thank you for coming on our show. We really appreciate
Many
that.
blessings. Thank you.
To all the guests that you've had before me and those who will come after me, I wish them well also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much. And we always
You
say,
only
if you're
live
ever in
once.
Florida, you got to come visit us.
Yeah, if you ever come to Florida,
Fair
you got to
enough.
come visit.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. I wish you love.
Thank you.
Thank you
same
so
to
much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. You have a great evening.
What a great guest.
What an amazing guest. I loved having him. He's so super. I have to say, all the names that he dropped are just.
But the
You
more
can't say anything
the
about
more
it.
you're talking about the show, I remember that all the guest celebrities they had,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to thank all you guys for commenting. Kenny, Joe DeLucia, Anthony Dominicus, thank you, man.
and so many more that we can't mention.
but
It
you
just
guys,
goes on
you
and on.
guys are the loyal guys, so we have to shout it out to you.
Well, again, this is what we're about here in the Sixth
Yeah.
Borough. I hope everyone enjoyed going back in time and hearing these names, where you were sitting when you were watching shows like this. I remember making my brother go ahead and change the channel for me, or shotgun was the word of the night.
Do you remember the lineup on CBS, Freddie?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to
Man,
remember.
They had
I used to watch
Archie Bunker.
everyone. I'm gonna tell you something.
Good Times.
Wasn't she Wheezy? No, was she Wheezy?
Wheezy was in Good Times.
Good Times.
I mean, Wheezy was in the Jeffersons.
Moving on up.
I'm gonna
The
tell you, that I
Jeffersons,
had
yeah.
a crush on that lady.
Did John Stamos die? He did,
I
didn't
think
he?
he did.
I don't know.
He did. I think he did.
Look it up.
We have
You know
to
where
look
he
it up.
started? Quick trivia question. McDonald's commercial.
kidding me.
McDonald's is clean, and those guys were dancing.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, he was in
Goodness,
that
I
commercial.
don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, he's a lot older than you.
Yeah.
Who, me? John Stamos is.
Yeah,
But
he did some
great
great
actor,
work.
yeah.
Yeah, he did some very iconic
Great interview.
historical movies he's performed. He's done great work, but he is really, that show had some really great push through situations that families faced in real life.
You look forward to watching that show
We
every
gotta
week.
flip it.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're going to
done
close
with the
out the
first
Sixth
hour
Borough.
already?
Done with the first hour. Stay tuned for the second half of our
Right
show,
on.
the Power Up Hour. And you got to tune in. We're going to be talking with the Blue, and stay tuned, everyone.
Hey, thanks for riding the Sixth Borough Radio Show. We hope that you will stay with us for part 2 of the show on Power Up Radio. Let's get your weekend started with a little bit of laughs and plenty of sauce.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those
and
of
your
its host,
workspace
guests,
as
and
protected
caller.
as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. Bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
Hi, everyone. Denise Casal here, your host for this evening. It's going to be a solo one with me this time, just like good old days, Freddie, you and I. So I just want everyone to know that Joe, our co-host, he's traveling right now. And so you're going to be stuck with me this entire hour. Make sure you stay tuned. I hope that you enjoyed the sixth borough, which just occurred. And we had, again, it was by demand that it was a repeat that we put out there, and it was Ralph Carter from the show Good Times. So if you've missed it, you can tune in and catch it live on our YouTube channel. So you know what, Freddie? We have a lot to go over, and this is like so nostalgic. I'm so happy that it's just you and I doing it this time, because it's exactly going to be almost a year
I know.
that you and I have been doing this.
I know. It's been almost a year. I think, a year.
Halloween, actually, the night before Halloween, it's almost a full year that we've been doing this. So for any of you that are out there and have been listening this whole time, thank you so much for your loyalty and listening to us and watching us, and to watch us grow, because we've grown amazingly, more so than ever expected. So we've got so much has gone on. We have grown to the point where we're now expanding our infrastructure. And once again, you are listening up to the Power Up Radio TV. And this segment is called the Power Hour. So originally, we always wanted to talk about this hour being inspirational, educational, motivational, fun. It was like all that, and it still is. But, we always bring things on here that have been very much so topics that really would be more or less around community awareness topics. Would you say, Freddie, we've done some really intense products?
Intense. And you brought up many different types of subjects. You've even done the impossible, which is to keep Joe quiet.
I've done that, yes.
He was like, holy smokes, what just happened? But tonight is going to be another one.
Yes, it's going to be another one that I'll be here. And we have our guest this evening is going to be from a particular group that's out in Delray. And we're going to be talking to them about their nonprofit and what they do for the community and the children, and most importantly, that they're impacted. As you know, this show is also, a part of it is dedicated to charities and doing what's right for everyone. And this was very important for me during the Power Hour, is to raise awareness on some very good causes out there, and again, raising awareness. So with that said, last week, Joe and I did attend the Blue United Night. That was a law enforcement night for recognition of Valor Awards, and it was a great event, Freddie. I mean, it was really, I was very, very moved.
I didn't even see a picture. Did you guys post pictures?
We did. We did post pictures.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we did post pictures. And I have to share with you that some of the stories that were shared that evening.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, if you can just envision this once again, this was, the event was called Blue United Night Law Enforcement Valor Awards. And it was an effort to support Moment of Silence, which is now planted here in South Florida, in Delray, or is it Pompano? It's one of the two locations. And they are there to offer support to our law enforcement that will help them prevent suicide, manage PTSD, and just really try to be a source, because I'm understanding that there's not enough out there for them.
And this is something that they can turn to without being looked upon negatively and everything else.
Right. And a lot of officers face this because they don't want to have that, that shadow or that ball and chain of that they've gone for assistance or help, because it used to be a bad thing and they would pull you off the line. But now it's welcomed and it's private, and I think it's the best way to manage it personally. So I was very excited. Some of the stories, really quickly off the cuff, there was they talked about some of the stories of some very amazing and very intense situations. And they had one female police officer that approached a car and was shot 6 times.
Jesus.
And I was beside myself. She's standing in front of us, and she received her award, and she's fine now. But they showed you the before and then her in the hospital. You would never think she would have made it. But she looked amazing, and she's back in the field.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's back working?
She's back working.
After taking 6 slugs?
6 slugs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then that's just one story. There were a few, but these are the outstanding stories, some similar to this that they were talking about. So next year, they're going to be doing it again. For those of you that want to know more about it, it's called Moment of Silence, and you can actually Google it. They're also attached to the Blue magazine that brings awareness of different events that are happening, and it originated out of New York. And the event that took place was the very first time that they had it here in South Florida at Signature Grand. So a shout out to Marco Catania, who is the director down here and doing a great job. So we really need to go ahead and recognize the fact that it was an amazing evening. There were about 500 guests that night.
So once again, Blue Magazine partners with the Moment of Silence, and they continue combating blue suicide.
Wow.
And that's last Friday.
Wow.
Last Friday. So why am I wearing pink today?
Good question.
Ready?
Why are you wearing pink today?
Why am I wearing pink? Well, as we all know, it's Pinktober, and essentially it is National Breast Cancer Month. And of course, I did a lot of research. You know Denise. But maybe a lot of people don't know that I am a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor. And this is a very important month to me. My mom did lose her life to cancer, breast cancer particularly. But she's one of my sheroes. So Mom, rest in peace. But a lot of work has happened. And today there's so much work that can be done, just preventative. And the success of surviving through it is up near to about 80-90%. So really have to tip our hats off to the progress that's been made. But I always wondered, where did it come from, the whole concept of the National Breast Cancer Month? And so, of course, I did research, and here it is. So it actually started back in October of 1985. That's when they rolled out National Cancer Month. And it was officially the day that they originally picked out was October 13th, but it then wound up being that they spread out the entire month. So actually, October 13th is the official day recognizing National Breast Cancer. And so, it's really meant for that particular event or the awareness is because we're trying to celebrate and, bring survivorship and honor and remember the ones that we've lost in this battle. 1985.
And now baseball players, football players, hockey, everybody's wearing pink.
That's that they are.
As a constant
Everyone's
reminder.
sharing the mission and going to support because so much work needs to be done. And I will tell you this, it's not often you hear this, but men also do get breast cancer.
That's very true.
Okay, 1 out of 100. That's the number. So no one's exclusive to this. But a lot of work can be done, a lot of preventive work. So once again, I am wearing my pink, and it's Pinktober, recognition of National Breast Cancer Month. One thing that is very important to know as well, it is the second most common type of cancer for American women.
Really?
Yes, it is. Yes, really big thing. But of course, early detection is the best way that one can provide to increase the chance of recovery. So women out there, make sure you're doing what you need to do. Get your mammograms and make sure that you are doing self-checks to ensure that if anything doesn't seem right, get it checked out. And, like you said, dozens and dozens of campaigns have gone viral. It's not just in America, it's worldwide.
My mother was early detected.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she was alive. But the amazing thing is that the detection now is where they worked on, as they still don't have a cure.
Right.
But the early detection makes it possible to sort of bend the curve on this thing. And, and I'm glad that you were lucky enough to,
Yes, I am.
To overcome this stuff. So
I was. So, to your point, it's 1 out of 8 in the U.S. who will develop breast cancer. 1 out of 8. Those are really small numbers if you really think about it. So, but the good news is that the number is declining as far as the diagnosis since 1990. We're on a downhill. So all the research and all of the work we're doing to raise money and continue the fight, we're moving the needle. Which brings me to an event that I attended last night, and it was called the Glammy Glamathon Awards. And it's actually an event that's annual. And I got to MC it. I was actually a recipient at some point in 2018. And this particular event is to raise dollars for breast cancer awareness and also to support the needs in the local communities for women that need to maintain a lifestyle if they can't get to the hospital or they can't go for cancer treatment or if they need wigs or whatever the case may be. These monies go to local residents. This is for Broward in particular. So I had a wonderful time.
Where was
last
the
night.
event?
It was over at the W in Fort Lauderdale.
Really?
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale. And they had such a great presentation. It was an actual fashion show, and the fashion design was just unbelievable. What we call is resort chic. That was the whole look, and it was an amazing. He did a really great job with the colors. It was really great stuff. About 200 people showed up for for this event, and they had food and vendors, and again, everything was dedicated to raising dollars. And I think there was between 400 to 600,000 they raised. So it was
Wow.
a lot of efforts over time to bring up to that amount. So I was very honored to be there.
Nicely
I really
done.
was. But the other thing too, if you think about it, where did the concept of pink come from?
Yeah, why not orange? Or...
Well, pink is the color of survivorship just in general. And
didn't
so,
know that.
yeah, just in general. But I will tell you, though, that the pink ribbon idea came to be back in '94, and it was by Estee Lauder. It was
You're
her
kidding.
campaign that rolled out and did the actual logo and the pink ribbon. She
Wow.
rolled it out. Yeah. And it symbolizes hope, strength, and unity. That's what it's all about. And so, again, the only way that we can focus on, making this go away is by early detection. And, early detection is knowing your risk. Because, you can get tested to see if you carry the BRCA gene or if you don't, the history in your family. Knowing the history of the family is really, really important, like I just said. Knowing when to screen. If you need to set a benchmark, always do that. So this way they can compare to the year before. So that this way you know if there's any changes in what they actually see in the mammograms. The other thing, too, is knowing where to go for your screening. You need to go to the proper places that have the proper equipment to do the proper diagnosis. So that is something that is very important. Again, I know that here we are right now talking about this. If anyone wants to comment and tell me that you are a survivor yourself, I want to hear from you. Call in 888-565-1470. And I wanted to make sure that I took this moment, and I will be wearing pink for the entire rest of this month in honor of Pinktober. Yes.
They have that heat system now where they are able to see using heat and lasers and
Yes.
stuff. Have you?
Yes, I
seen
did do
that?
that. That's typically they'll do that as an added prevention measure or just to go further. If you have breast implants, they will actually do that as well because they just want to make sure that they're capturing as many angles as possible. If you're cystic, that's another way that they want to go ahead and test. So they've made great strides. I mean, there are different tests that I do know that only certain hospitals, back when I did mine, had my situation, only had a specific machine that took the type of detail and sliced the tissue to like less than an eighth or a milligram. So they can actually see the detail to that degree. So they've made some great strides. They really have. So for those of you out there that are survivors, I'm in good company with you. And again, for those that are out there, prevention is very, very big. So with that said, we have something else that we really want to touch upon. Hurricane Ian. Bad.
Tough. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. That really was a catastrophic damage that is bringing us to a near $70 billion in damage. And that is no number to sneeze at. That is by far, in actuality, one of the top 5 storms in its expenses. As well, Hurricane Katrina was $125 billion. So very, very sad for our neighbors over on our West Coast. Our heart bleeds for you. I just want to make sure that you know that Power Up Radio TV, Power Hour is thinking about you for the hardest hit areas of Fort Myers, Beach, Pine Island, Sanibel, Captiva. You're in our thoughts. I want to make sure that everyone knows that. Parts of you are still waiting for power. We're waiting and praying that you get it as soon as possible. And we do know that some roads have finally been rebuilt. And I want to make sure that we recognize our first responders that are out there
Absolutely.
dedicating their time and under the worst of conditions, making sure that they've done everything that they can and to reach out whoever still may be out there not helped or to help recognize any other persons that have now considered missing.
Sanibel Island, the pathway, they're going to have it rebuilt by the end of this month.
Well, one of the pathways to Sanibel, I think it is, they just made a makeshift. And
No,
I
it was
think they're now
Paris Island they did that.
Oh, they did Paris. Okay.
But now
Right.
Sanibel, they just signed the contract on Monday, and the guy promised to have that road rebuilt by the end of the month, which is unbelievable because if you
Yeah.
look at the strip,
Yep.
there's a whole bunch missing. So
Well, that goes to show the political bureaucracy, that goes on about getting things done.
true that.
When they want to make things happen, they make
They
it
make
happen.
them happen.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So that's something to be said for that. But I'm glad that they're putting things in priority. There are lots of different, from this hurricane and from other hurricanes, there is an offset that we really don't think about. First of all, the loss of pets. That's really a tough one. and the properties, the lives, jobs that are lost that will be for years not established. Those areas that were hit were known for their tourism. So that's been done away with. If you were in the tourism business, it's pretty much gone. Hospitality, you're not going to be able to have that happen for quite some time. So there will be a lot of displaced individuals that were in that particular industry, in the restaurants and everything else that comes with it. It's a horrible thing to see that happen. It really is. But what I thought about, and I read it a little bit more, that area has a lot of farmlands and there's a lot of ranches. So they can't take all the cows and put them inside somewhere. So they're left and exposed. There's nothing that they can really do about it. So if you think about it, the damage that has been done, the citrus groves and the cattle operations, they've been hit tremendously. They have, in one of the dairy farms, they've actually had about 200 cows that perished, just kind of flew away somewhere, drowned. And so overall, about 42% of the Florida cow herd and were affected by the storms. And so some schools are closed indefinitely. So a lot of people will be moving because they've got to start their lives all over again. It's happening already. Yeah.
You know, if you look at the parallel from Boca to Fort Myers, that thing could have gone either way. Can you imagine if that storm would have come across? Because I know that you guys here in Florida, I wasn't here, they had like 3 hurricanes back to back to back or something, and they came across Florida. If that bad boy had not gone north and had just gone west, I mean, you're looking at...
Yeah.
Think about the bullet that we dodged.
Oh, I think about that every day.
And
how lucky we are.
And you got to look at what's there and here, and I mean, your heart's got to bleed. I mean, Puerto Rico, my house is mudslides on the edge of a cliff, and I can't get anybody up there to stabilize it. So I moved the people out. That may go down the cliff because it doesn't stop raining. But you look at, the loss of life is what really gets to me.
Yeah.
They can rebuild Sanibel in 30 years. It's because they're going to take 30 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the loss of life is really nuts.
It's not replaceable, of course. And there's still a lot of people missing.
Yeah.
And the waters have still not receded. So there's a lot still to be observed to see what the damage is. Well, it's gone. It's just no recovery after that. There isn't. But we are humans and we will be resilient and they will rebuild. So we got to just keep them in our prayers. And so that is something that we want to make sure that we recognized here from the Power Hour, that we're thinking about those neighbors of ours out in the West Coast. If anyone wants to call in, please do so. We're going to go to a quick commercial and we can call back and get into a call with us. It's 888-565-1470 and we'll be right back.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
Hi, everyone, and we're back. You're listening to the Power Up Hour here, and this is Denise Cassell, your host. We're going to be continuing our show tonight. So we have really some hot trending topics that we've been talking about, and some things that are very important to the Power Hour. Is that right? The Power Hour?
How many hours?
How many hours? Or only an hour. That's it.
2 hours.
Well, we have the 6th Borough. Yes, that's right, at 6 o'clock. And following that is the 7 o'clock hour, which is the Power Hour. I have a very interesting topic. And it's twofold, actually, but it's most recent trending release that's been out there, and it was yesterday. And that was when Biden pardons thousands of those that were convicted for having marijuana possession. And so, we're moving towards removing the discrimination of that. So I just want to talk about that for a little bit. I know it's a hot topic, but anyone wants to call in on it, please. It's 888-565-1470. And I will share with you that I did ask Dr. Barry from Recovery Unplugged, who will come on next week to talk about the impact and how that is really for someone that has been moving themselves or has been convicted and trying now to get back into the mainstream.
Minimum fines, right? It wasn't like moving a whole farm of marijuana. It's
It was minimum. Yeah, it was minimum.
1 ounce, 2 ounce, a couple of joints and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about thousands.
Yeah, it's all we do. It's just the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah, but it took this long. So if you think about it, though,
now I'm going to ask you a question.
What's that?
Why do you think he did it now?
Well, we all know why. For the point of perhaps there is an impending election coming up.
November, not impending, it's coming.
It's coming.
And he wants to win the seats, and he's going to liberate that with anti-abortion, the abortion stuff, the Herschel Walker theory, all of that nonsense.
Yes. Again, sensitive topics to talk about.
But it's the real deal. It's what's happening out there, right?
It is the real deal. But I will tell you that, there's lots of criminal records for the possession, and it's really impeded, if you really think about it, for something that's become legal, and people now have this on their record. For the longest of time, lots of people have been, impacted by not being able to get housing, education, opportunities, and employment. Those things have been blocked and interrupted because of such a minor possession.
Now, this is the federal level, right? This is not the state level of prosecution. It's the federal level.
That's right.
So for you to get busted at the federal level means that you had to cross state lines. So let's say you're going to Alabama, and they pull you over.
Is that a state? Alabama?
Alabama. But let's say you're going to New York and you got to go through all these states and they pull you over. That's a federal offense, not a local offense. It can be.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
don't want to be
federal.
pulled over in Georgia, I hear.
Well, you're doing big time
Carolinas?
federal. Those are small but heavy duty hits.
They really are. But this is something that I thought that was very interesting. This overall, I think, has a lot of positive impact. Because, as I said, it's interrupted a lot of people's lives. It really has. So hopefully they'll be underailed now and just get themselves on the straight and narrow and recovering from this tarnish that they've had. But if you actually think about this, when he made the release, I've never heard this before, all right? This is Biden making the release that this is for black, brown, and white people.
I think that's everybody.
Well, brown.
Yeah.
Is that new? Like, where did that come? I mean,
brown is Rican.
Okay. Well, I've actually had a pause because I've never seen it come across the screen so blatant that it was for those black, brown, and white people. Well, we have yellow people here too.
You're Cuban, aren't you?
I'm actually Cuban Puerto Rican.
So you're the whitest Cuban Puerto Rican, not brown.
Well,
I'm Latino. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm the whitest
you're
Puerto
Hispanic.
Rican in the
You're
world.
not Latino. You're Hispanic. However, it's used interchangeably. But this I did do just for you. Okay.
But brown?
For those that are on the island, they are classified as white. But when you go to stateside, we're classified as brown.
That's right. How do you think I got into NYU? I came from Puerto Rico. I was brown.
Well, I was very, very moved by this.
They said I was the whitest brown guy they've ever seen.
I'm sure. But I mean, I'm thinking like cafe. Like, what is really brown?
Cafe.
Yeah, cafe color or...
That's
like,
brown. My
that's
brother
brown.
was that color.
Your brother's that color?
He was.
Well, no one in my family's that color.
They're all like you. They're all white.
Well, what is exactly brown people? So it's a popular cultural term for South Asians, American, Middle Easterns, and some Latino countries.
If you think about it, yeah.
If you think about it, I guess that makes sense. But I've never seen in such political dynamic where a president actually dissected it to that degree.
Well, he has to because there's monies placed in different colors.
This is true.
You
But he
know
should have
that.
said yellow.
No, that would be the Chinaman.
He should have said Asians. Just said people.
That's right.
It's just people. Doesn't
But they
really
can't
matter.
say people because they're separating money by pockets of individuals.
Well, I could see that, but at the end of the day, it really does come down to we're people. And I know classifications do have its own ties to definition of geography, monetary station or things of that nature. But all said and done with, I had to sit back and say, oh, no, I got to talk about this on the radio.
That surprised
because
you?
It surprised me. I've never seen a POTUS actually turn around and say black, white, and brown. I've never heard brown. I'm gonna get heat for this. I know it.
This president also used the F-bomb when he was talking to the mayor of Fort Myers. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
You didn't hear about this?
No.
He had a hot mic, and they told him you got a hot mic, but he's up there in age, he forgets. He lays out the F-bombs like, man, we got a and we got a and the guy from Fort Myers, the mayor, he's cursing right back. Yes, right, press This thing went viral. The White House put it on Twitter. It went viral to make him hip. Because they want, the young people to vote for him because of the F-bombs. So
because of the F-bombs. Yes, okay.
That's what you
yes,
get.
that's higher education language. I get it.
That's right.
Well, you just said something about Twitter, Elon Musk.
Whoa.
Elon Musk is making another effort to acquire
He's going to
Twitter.
buy it.
He's going to buy it.
$44 billion because they got rid of one bot account.
One bot account that is supposed to come back.
I guess there was one that was really, really annoying him. Right? So he's going to buy it anyway.
He's going to buy it,
Unless-
and they're back at the table, and hopefully by the...
You think
very
he'll change
quickly.
his mind again? Because he's nuts, this guy.
Well, he is on the spectrum, and he very
he's
much
on
so
all the
admits
spectrums.
it. Yeah, well,
Did
he's
you-
got Asperger's.
Did you see that he actually came out and said? Now you got to remember, he sent the same thing they're using in on the coast. Those drones that hit the satellite. He has a satellite so they can communicate. He sent it to Ukraine.
Right.
So now he's saying that Ukraine should stop fighting and give Putin what he wants, and keep things as is, so that no more people die.
I have heard this theory before.
And so the president of the Ukraine, who is now receiving monies and stuff from this guy, he says, just up your meds. It's okay. We understand how you feel. I mean, come on, man. What is wrong with this guy?
He's brilliant. We have to admit, he is brilliant. We're not going to deny that.
He
Okay.
is.
However, I still won't buy a Tesla.
Why?
Because I hardly charge my phone. What makes you think I'm going to charge a car?
Well, he's going to make it that it's going to tell you, please charge your car before
Yeah, I
you
can just
leave.
see myself right now. I fight with Siri as it is. I'm going to fight with the car? No,
That could be a problem.
that would be a problem. For me, it's not going to work.
And the car he's going to make it so it's like $40,000. Very affordable. You get like 1 mile to the battery.
1 mile to the battery.
Would you drive
That won't
a
make it to
car-
the gas station. I don't know.
Would you drive a car that is fully loaded front and back in batteries?
I would not actually.
It's kind
I
of
mean, I could see myself having to go get like an Energizer Bunny type of battery set and go like show up
Freddie,
at
you
Big
got
Lots
a
and get one.
battery I could use. And then you don't have to drive it. It drives itself.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
Why?
I'm
You got
just
to trust the
not.
system.
Gotta trust the system. Are you gonna do it?
No.
All right, in the galley. Are we gonna do that? Absolutely not. Okay, I don't think so. People are not willing to get that up.
I will do it. I'll get in a car with you.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see you scream. I'll put a camera on the dash and you'll be,
He's like, you'll be doing the same thing right next to
I
me.
would. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
that's right. You're right. Well, it's
Absolutely
okay. You will see
right.
the puddle sitting next to you. Yeah.
Now
Well,
we don't drive anymore. Trucks, cars, they drive themselves. Is that?
It's bizarre. It is, when we were younger, there was something called the Jetsons. And I used
It's
to
just
actually.
his birthday.
What's that?
It was his birthday.
The Jetsons?
Yeah, last month. Did you see? George Jetson's
Jetson.
birthday.
That is right.
It was his
That
birthday.
is right, his birthday. Yeah. So when I used to watch that, I used to really think that was the future. And here we are kind of living some of that, but I'm not ready for that. Not in this lifetime for me. I'm good.
I think that we should call him and you should test drive the Tesla around Boca. Wouldn't that be a trip?
Miami. Never mind Boca, but go to Miami and do that.
You can't do that in Miami.
Can't do it in Miami.
You
No.
get pulled over in Miami. Cop would give nobody a ticket.
No. But, he is considering buying Twitter, and this time it looks like it's a definite go. And
He's
he's
gonna
going
do
to reopen an account that was shut down. That was one of the
His?
things. No, it was actually a prior POTUS. So he's thinking about doing that too, and we'll see.
Is he? I
Yes.
thought he was going to make it private or something. You have to buy in.
Well,
he's going to give Trump back his...
That's what
His
I had
account?
read, but these are things that we read. Who knows if it's going to be taking place or not, but anything is possible. I'm really still stuck on the brown people thing. I'm trying to interpret that. I was taken. I never saw a box when I had to check something. Was there a brown box?
Yes.
There is a brown box?
No, it's Caucasian, black, or Latino or something.
Is there a brown box? I've never seen a brown box.
Listen, I never filled it out because I always thought that when I did, I was going to go to jury duty. So I said, no, I'm not. I can speak English.
No speaking English. Well, I can say this much though. I mean, these boxes have changed quite a bit. I mean, because now I don't identify as a gender. What gender are you? There's more boxes that are constantly adding.
I know.
And now I know why our youth is confused, because it's like you have to understand what everything means. There's a lot of work into defining who, what, when, and why. Who do you identify with?
Male, female, undecided. That's all they need.
That's all you need? I
mean,
guess
what else you
from
gonna
Freddie's
put?
words, it's male, female, undecided. I don't know.
In the future, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Well, anyway, we're expanding our horizons. And I thought that was pretty interesting information. By the way, from the release of the change in Biden's pardon is the fact that anyone that was now people know in my prior history, I was in the market and I was a money manager, that anyone that had marijuana stocks did really, really well in the last 24 hours.
Really?
Oh, yes, they did. They did.
Because of the pardon?
Yep. Yeah, so there you have it. I mean, anything is possible in the market, with respect to release of news. It could either make it go up or down, get in the low, go out the high, as I always say. But all said and done with, those stocks did really, really well. So there's
Do you own stock?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I
Yes,
don't.
you do. You give it away when you look down. There you go. I can always tell.
Yeah.
How much you make?
It was enough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was enough. But,
Wow.
it was something that if you were investing, then that's where you were. But, we have our guests. Let's go to a commercial break, and we're going to bring on our nonprofit, which is called the EJS Project of Delray Beach, also known as the Emmanuel Jackson Senior Project. So stay tuned, and we're going to hear more about this
Give me a
great
second.
work.
Give me a second.
Oh, he needs a second.
need a
So we're going to
second.
wait a little longer. I just want everyone to know that I truly, truly appreciate y'all in staying with me for an entire year with this show. And we've grown tremendously. And I hope that for those of you that are out there that are involved in nonprofits, you can go to our website, and that's www.powerupradiotv.com, and you can actually put under the calendar tab your event in your community, your nonprofit. It doesn't matter. It could be a concert. I have left the window open for all of you to put your events on there. And if I see your event, I will give you a shout out and give you support that event is taking place. I just want you to know that. Okay? All right. We're ready to go, and we'll be right back.
Of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetyworks.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. You're listening to the Power Hour of the second part of the Power Up TV show. And I just want everyone to know that this evening we've actually been talking about trending topics, some really heated things, and some of the things that's been on the headlines. So we're going to actually go for the segment of the show that I'm dedicated to, and that is highlighting a particular nonprofit. And I was asked to see if I can actually help. I was doing a favor for someone, and I said, absolutely, because this is a soft spot for me. And I do have with me today, we have Adrian Kerman, who is on the board member for the EJS project. And she's also an event chair of the October 20th gala that's coming up. So once again, the actual nonprofit name is EJS Project, and it's in Delray, and it actually stands for the Emmanuel Jackson Senior Project. And it's been around since 2014 from what I did in my research. And it was actually created by Dupree Jackson. I'm assuming that is Junior. Is that right? Correct. Okay, I thought so. And Dupree will be with us next week, but he's the actual director and the founder. So just so that everyone understands, this particular EJS project engages in minority youth in Delray to improve the perception and aspirations of their future generations. They aspire for leadership, equity of opportunity. They promote success with teens from day-to-day and school lives. They encourage them to be a catalyst for the positive change in our communities and also the dream big. Did I capture it?
Yes, ma'am.
I did. I captured it?
Sure did.
All right. So let me just share with you, as I said, I have with me Adrian, who is a board member and then also the event chair of a fantastic gala that's coming up on the 20th of this month. So I have to ask you, Adrian, first of all, how did you get involved?
So years ago, I met Dupree. I was working in a restaurant, and we actually did one of the first events for EJS Project ever in that restaurant. Over the years, I've watched him grow. I've been a supporter, and I'm just like amazed at like the work that EJS does, that he does with the kids. Stopping by there and seeing just the dynamic of what the program actually gives these kids. It's like a place for them to come to do their homework, to learn. They take them on trips. They're teaching them like life skills, giving them economic opportunities that might not have been afforded to them had we not had the EJS project.
How big is the facility?
So the facility right now is fairly small, and that's one of the reasons we're doing the event. It's owned by the city. They're selling the building, and we need to find a new
home.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that ties into one of the reasons why you're having a gala on October 20th.
Correct.
If maybe we can pull up the actual invitation, Freddie, so we can actually show that. And I understand that it's going to be at the Addison, right down the street from here. Great venue.
Yeah, they do a great job at the Addison, and we're really excited about it. We're expecting around 200 to 250.
Wow.
And we have great silent auction items. We're going to do a fund and need during the program, and the food and premium open bar the entire time as well. So.
Well, that's important. Well, I just want everyone to know we're looking at a picture right now. For those that are listening, I'll give you a 1-2 on the picture that we have right here. I assume that these are some of the kids that are part of the program. And can I assume that I have with me Marcus Darsaw? Is that you in the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
It is.
Yes.
So those who are listening, Marcus Darsaw is an English teacher, but is also the program director at the EJS project. And you have to really tell us a little bit more about the project, but I have a couple of questions. This looks like a really joyous moment here. How many kids are enrolled in these programs?
Well, the overall program right now, we have 60 kids.
60 kids,
and
okay.
we have certain programs like our Purpose Pays program, which is the internship.
Okay.
We offer to the kids every summer. So we have like 22 kids enrolled in that program. We have the Young Legislator program, where we teach the kids about the legislative process. We had 9 enrolled in that program, and our tutoring program. Of course, we are booked to like 30, 35 kids every Saturday.
Wow. And the tutoring program, now the kids don't pay for anything. This is just for them to come.
Free educational program.
And the age groups that it covers?
High school. So we go from 8th grade to 12th grade.
Okay. That's in a very important age group. Yeah. Very, very important. The life skills are critical. Very critical. And so we're looking at the invitation right now. As you can see, if anyone wants to get to know more about the EJS project, where would they go?
They can go to our Instagram is EJS_project, or you can go to our website, it's EJSproject.org.
And that is exactly the same place where they can get tickets?
Yes.
And how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $350 a piece and there are sponsorship opportunities still available.
Okay.
Our deadline is next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I did understand that you're going to be giving away 2 tickets.
Yes.
So 2 tickets to any callers that call in first that want to attend this amazing evening, which purpose is beyond thinking of what everyone, I didn't even know the project existed, but this is an opportunity to come and learn more about EJS and see how you can get involved. But we're going to be giving away 2 tickets, and that's $350 per ticket. But
$700 worth of tickets.
It's $700 worth of tickets, but for a good reason.
Correct.
Because what you're trying to achieve, from what I understand, is raise money to find a new home to put all these kids in. Home meaning a place where they go and get all the services available. Not to live, but to go ahead and get all the services that are provided.
Yes, and at the event also, we're going to have a bunch of alumni kids. They're actually going to volunteer. Some are going to speak, and it's going to be a great opportunity to really get to know, EJS in a lot more intimate level.
So the one thing that I know, and we'll have Dupree on next week because I want to make sure we give you all as much support as possible. But you were kind enough to bring us one of the actual attendees. We have with us Tyler Herring, who is visiting with us today, who actually participates and takes advantage of the programs there. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And what programs do you take advantage of the most?
So I take a part of the tutoring program, and I was just in the Young Legislators program.
Young Legislators program. Yeah. Wow. Do you like that?
Yeah, I didn't really understand the government process. So for me, being a part of the program, I was able to actually see more in depth of what it was. So I'm actually glad I was able to.
Good for you. How old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17? Are you a senior or a junior?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior? And how long have you been attending EJS?
So I've been a part since the beginning of my sophomore year.
Oh, so you have some longevity there.
Yeah.
Wow. You kind of grew up with that's some very strong formative years, actually.
Yeah.
And tell me what's the one thing that you enjoy the most about EJS?
One thing I enjoy the most is definitely the people that I'm around. I feel like, I'm always there all the time. I call it like my second home, really. If I'm not really at my house, I usually go there. Like after school, I'm there. I just really enjoy the people, the company, the staff. Like everything about it is just amazing.
By the way, do they have events like for the kids? I mean, do they have pizza parties or different things that goes on?
We're actually having a car wash.
Okay.
Saturday.
October 15th.
Yes.
October 15th,
Yeah.
the car wash. I just may have to drive up and see if I can get my car washed.
And they do take the kids to various restaurants, and they just came back from Washington D.C.
Oh wow!
That's some restaurant.
Yeah, some restaurant.
That's a heck of a trip.
And they do. They take them like the Young Legislators program, and they've been to the state capitol, Florida, where they've met local politicians.
So going for the programs that are there. What would you say is the aspirations for the program right now? What is the goal outside of finding a new place to hang the hat and have all the programs there? Are you looking for a larger place to increase the number of programs that you're offering, or give me a little bit of a vision?
Yes, a larger building to increase the number of programming and the number of kids. So we kind of strategize on, we have 60 kids enrolled in the program, so we strategize like, okay, we'll have 12 kids in this program. 20 kids in this program, but we would love to have all 60 kids there at one time.
So that's the goal, is to be able to house everyone at the same time, because right now you're on a rotation.
You're on a rotation, yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, all right then. That makes a lot of sense to me. This is one of our forever dedicated fans. Tyler, you're awesome. Yes, thank you so much for doing that, Anthony. I appreciate it. So one of the things that I really am most excited about is, we have yourself, Adrian. I understand you're a real estate broker, not just doing, being on a board, but you're also the event chair of the gala as well. So tell us a little bit about what you do, because I read your bio and it was very, very interesting. You're quite dedicated and an animal lover to the nth degree.
Yes, I definitely love animals. And my parents always instilled, you have to give back to your community. Always give back, always give back. So the name of my brokerage is the Fur Baby Group. And the reason I did that is because I was so sick of people saying, I'm moving, I can't take my pets, right? I'm moving, can't take my pets. Well, I'm going to specialize in telling you where you can move with your pets.
Wow.
And in addition to that, for every transaction that we close, we give back to local rescues. We work very closely with Desi's Second Chance Animal Rescue.
I love that. What a great way to be distinguished in the field of what you do. Yeah, I've never heard actually anyone that does that, but I'm impressed. Good for you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for what you're doing for our community as well, because you're really doing a lot to extend yourself. And, again, you working with EJS and the project for as long as you have, I have a sense that the event's going to be a great an evening altogether. And I do have a question. What is the attire for anyone else that wants to listen and find out what it is?
So we're asking people to wear our colors, black, white, orange, any of those variations or something, even if it's a black dress with some orange lipsticks or nails, ladies, but something of that.
We're in the theme of Halloween, I get it.
Right.
Or is orange the new black? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, it definitely could be, for sure. But, we're saying cocktail. Like some men are going to be in tux, some aren't, It's
Cocktail
just-
chic is what you're saying.
Yes,
I get it.
absolutely. Cocktail chic is perfect.
All right. Well, once again, thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. Tyler, thank you for being here. I wish you a lot of luck in your endeavors. Stay the course. Don't derail. And so, Adrian, thanks so much for coming on and being,
Thank you
again,
for
dedicated
having
to
us.
our services. And Mr. Marcus,
Yes, ma'am.
English teacher, thank you for putting up with the kids.
Oh, no
That's all I
problem.
got to tell you. I don't have the patience to do that. Yes, I do want to bring Joe on. Okay, what? I have 5 minutes. Yes, I'm going to bring him on right now. So you can actually just hang with us until we close the show. And right, Joe, are you there? Where's my co-host? Where are you? We have him? Oh, well, he's trying to get dialed in. So once again, anyone that wants to be able to know more about the EJS project, you can go to, which is, again, the website?
EJSproject.org. Or
Okay.
you can go attend our Instagram. It's EJS_project.
All right, then. We want to make sure, once again, the event that we are trying to support and bring promotion to is the event that's taking place October 20th, correction. And that is the gala at the Addison. And it is in an effort to go ahead and bring dollars in to help all this great work move into a facility where all the kids can show up at the same time. I love that. I think that's really great. There should be a house that does that.
Thank
There should
you.
put a roof over your head, and I think that you're going to reach that project. We will have the director here next week once more to give him recognition for the work that he's doing. And I'm not sure if we're able to get Joe on the line, or are we not? Okay, so maybe he's not. I don't know. Oh, Joe, I never know. All right, he's gone? All right. Well, he waited to get on, and I understand. But anyway, those of you that are listening one more time, that next week we're going to have some great hosts on with us. So we don't know the guest, but it will be from another 80s show on the 6th Borough. And I will also have on the show a couple of other individuals that I know are doing great work in our communities. And we'll have some really good dialogue going back and forth. So with that said, I'm going to go to commercial break and wish you all a really great weekend. And stay tuned. You can follow us on www.powerupRadioTV.com, and then you could also see us on any social media pages. Go ahead and reach out to us if you're interested in wanting to advertise with us or be a sponsor. Once again, go right to the website and you can reach us. Thanks so much for everyone tuning in.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
You have been listening live to the one and only timeless Denise as she helps you bring in your weekend with a smile. If you wish to contact Denise and be on the show, call us at 866-224-5422 or email Denise at poweredupradiotv.show and tell us how your business shapes up the weekend. Again, call us at 866-224-5422 and make your mess our message. Now that you are powered up, go get your weekend.